Toyota, all about the drive.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. We are back for the Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival VIOS Challenge Season 3, Round 2, 2019. I am Nick Harris with your co-commentator for today, Victor Cax, and we will be serving as your commentary crew.
That's right. This is going to be race number 2 of the promotional class, the final race for today, and this is going to be a doozy. The track temperature is at 41 degrees Celsius, a little bit cooler compared to yesterday, but definitely the racing action is just going to be as hot as it was on day 1.
It's slightly cloudy today, but we have a lot to consider here as we are going to go for our celebrity races in a bit. So I do have a lot of things to look forward to, mainly because of how well they're doing, and this is the highlights from the race yesterday, which had so much action, and Sean Lee showing his dominance.
Yeah, he's been so dominant in the promotional class, even from race number 1. So he pretty much led the race through and through, had a lot of pace there, despite carrying an additional 35 kilograms of ballast weight to his car, but that did not stop which is Shuki Yahya and Shuki Yahya and Nabil Ahmad. Both these guys were battling out a lot in the P2 and P3 position. We saw them attempting to go for a pass there, but unfortunately, it seemed like Shuki Yahya was the victor of that, and he continued to give some pressure there to Sean Lee, who held on to the lead all the way through the race. There was a bit of a spill though, as car number 88, Shafiq Kyle, ended up crashing out, which brought out the safety car momentarily. But once the race was back in action again, we saw a little bit more action from Nabila Razali, who had to try to keep car number 8, Wani Haswita, at bay, and these two ladies were just basically fighting it out there on the track all the way until the end. But really the big winner here was Sean Lee, who came in from start to finish all the way in first, and he came here with the win in race 1. Can he repeat that again for race 2? That remains to be seen.
Well, we have to wait and see as to how his performance is going to translate for this final race, as we are going to have a switch in terms of positioning for a lot of these races. So we will have that great information relayed to you soon. However, there it is. Big fist pumps up in the air from Sean Lee in his victory lap.
Yeah, Sean Lee, because he won race 1, he's going to be starting on the grid at the 6th position there. So definitely he's going to have to fight his way up to the top there. And let's see whether he can do so. I'm fairly confident he could, just based off the amount of pace that he has all throughout practice and qualifying, as well as race 1. So the thing is that I think for most of these other drivers, if they can actually defend successfully against this juggernaut of a driver here in the form of Sean Lee, they could potentially have a good opportunity to get some good, well-needed points here to go towards the 3rd round of the Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival VIOS Challenge.
Well, that is the horn signifying that it could be 1 more minute before the pit opens, so they will be moving their way on to the racetrack to get onto their starting grids before they start off their warm-up laps. So I'm pretty excited to see how much improvement is going to be made here, despite the fact that Nabila Razali, Kai Baha, Diana Danielle, and Nabil Ahmad and Shukri Yahya are in front of Sean Lee, whether or not he will be able to take any of these positions away from the top 5.
Well, the thing is that with the reverse grid being applied to the top 6 finishers from race number 1, the thing is that that's going to basically put Wani Azrita and Nabila Razali pretty much very far apart from each other at the start. And it's a bit of a shame because we saw quite a lot of action between the two when it came to the first race yesterday, and I was really hoping to see that we'll be seeing more of that action. But speaking of which though, Nabil Ahmad and Shuki Yahya, they're going to be starting from the 4th and 5th positions respectively on the grid, and you know that based off of the performance from their first race yesterday, Nabil Ahmad and Shuki Yahya were very, very competitive in terms of their lap times as well as the pace all throughout the race. So I'm interested to see who's going to be able to come up on top in that battle. But not to forget as well, Kai Bahar is going to be starting on the front row as well, and definitely has a lot of supporters amongst the crowd here in Bandar Malaysia.
Yes, definitely. We're coming to you live from Bandar Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, for this final race of today. A group of celebrities as well as Akio Takeyama, which serves as the chief technical...
the deputy chief of the
deputy
chief, and he's also the official, chief motorsport officer for UNW Toyota. So definitely a veteran of motorsports in general. But the thing is that he's been finding it quite hard to race against his celebrity because these guys are just as fast as he is.
Yes, it definitely is. Goes to show the amount of practice and hard work that has been the lifestyle of these celebrities, despite such hectic schedules, I could imagine.
I mean, they certainly did find enough time here to come and put in the lap times as well as practice for this race. And the fact that they are here, and it goes to show how much dedication they have to the craft of motorsports. There we have it. Nabila Razali going to be starting in the 1st position on the grid here. She is in fact the singer-actress who appeared in Academy Fantasia 10. Kai Bahar, our also a local celebrity. He's known as the king of SBU, a karaoke app. So he's definitely got a lot of supporters. In fact, he just gives a thumb up to some of those supporters who are looking on him from the sidelines. Danielle, also an actress. She stars in Evolusi KL Drift, so she definitely knows a thing or two, I believe, about racing a car. Nabil Ahmad, he's a comedian known as Raja Lawak Astro, but when he's behind the wheel, he's as serious as ever, so don't count him out. Shukri Yahya, he starred in Jiwa Taiko, one of his biggest starring roles, and maybe he might find a bigger role here in motorsports, as he's going to be starting in the the third row. And next to him is going to be Sean Lee, the winner of last race, definitely feeling very confident here, showing that off to the camera here. Sean, who is a YouTuber and beatboxer, also had the joy of joining in with the Toyo Drift demonstration early on today. Wani Hasrita, who is a singer, is definitely singing a nice tune there in her car, as she will be starting in the 5th row of the grid alongside Ayn Idrus, who is also a model and actress and also known as a host of M-Buzz. 3 minutes to the start of the race here as the drivers get themselves prepared. They're going to do their final checks and preparation as this race will go on. In a few moments, Akio Takayama, the Chief Motorsports Officer of UNW Toyota, sitting there in car number 1. Definitely looking forward to the race that's going to be beginning in a short moment.
All right, we've got so much action lined up for you guys. It seems that it's going to be time for them to start their practice, their warm-up lap, to get to know a little bit of the track. It's been a lot of action-packed races thus far, so we are looking to end it on a big note with our promotional class.
Looks like I think that's Kai Maha having issues with getting his car started there, so that actually held up the rest of the parade lap here. But looks like he's able to get his car underway finally, so they're gonna wait for him to come across towards turn 1 now.
A little bit of technical difficulty on Kai Maha's side. Hopefully it will not affect his race. It will not affect his race capabilities, as they are starting off their warm-up lap here in Bandar Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah, broadcasting live here from the Royal Malaysian Air Force Museum. Beautiful place here with a lovely little runway that's been converted into this track. Really long straight here, 511.6 meters long, so the cars will be able to hit 150 kilometers per hour before they have to brake for chicane. And this chicane leads straight into turn 4, a favorite overtaking spot for lots of these drivers here. Also a place of many heartbreak too, as we've seen quite a few collisions here, both in the sporting and the super sporting class.
Yeah, very interesting to see. We did see a majority of the overtakes happening towards turns number 5, and these are the starting grids here for today. Nabila Razali as well as Kai Maha will be sharing row number 1 in positions 1 and 2. Diana Danielle and Nabil Ahmad in row number 2, positions 3 and 4. Row number 3. Shukri Yahya as well as Sean Lee will be sharing that row, positions 5 and 6 respectively. Now going over to row number 4 is going to be Wani Hasrita and Ayn Idrus in positions 7 and 8. Jananik and Akio Takayama will be sharing row number 5 in positions 9 and 10. And however, alone will be Shafiq Kyle in row 6.
Yeah, Shafiq Kyle, who, if you remember right from yesterday's race, actually crashed out and had to retire. So he's definitely going to be looking forward to getting a nice, good, clean finish here today and hopefully get himself up in the points. Remember, only the top 6 finishers here will be going home with points, and those positions will be absolutely contested throughout the race here. And that's going to shape up to make this hopefully a very exciting race number 2 for the promotional class.
All right, as we go, green flags have been waved off. It's only a matter of time before we start it off. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your final race of the day. Here we go!
That's right, as a critical start there for Nabila Razali. She's going to be able to stay just ahead of Kai Bahar as he comes down towards the first turn there. Nabila Razali able to keep staying just ahead. Not a lot of movement here as they come towards turn 2 and 3. They are going into a single car line as they come down towards the runway, keeping things looks very, very clean so far. They don't want to take any unnecessary risks at this point here. They just want to stay as close to each other as they can. Nabila Razali now leading the entire train of cars as they come down along the runway. Remember, they will reach 150 kilometers before they have to start braking for the chicane. And looks like Nabila Razali will be the first one through here, just ahead of Kai Bahar and Diana Danielle. She's actually down in P4 at the moment. Not sure what happened. She might have a little bit of bad start. So that's actually Nabil Ahmad who's going to be right up in the tail of Kai Bahar as now they are through turn number 4.
Turn number 4 has been completed. Excuse me, turn number 5 has been completed, and we shall see how this works out. So we do see that there is a lot of opportunities for overtakes here coming in for a lot of these drivers. We do see that there could be another opportunity for one of the top 3 to try to contest their podium spots.
Yaya's definitely going to have his work cut up here because he's carrying an extra 25 kilograms of weight there, and that's going to definitely make it a bit hard for him to try to overcome Nabil Ahmad, who sits just Diana Danielle, who sits just in front of him. They will be coming across the line now, so Nabil Razali leads this race. Nabil Ahmad managed to make his way up to P2 there. Not sure what happened to Kai Bahar though, who seemed to have lost out his position coming out of sector 2. Nabil Ahmad now is going, Nabil Razali is going to have to defend very hard as now it seems that Nabil Ahmad is going to try to attempt to get a good line here going down towards the runway. Diana Danielle is going to be coming in P4. Shukri Yahya is in P5 at the moment. Sean Lee will be coming around towards the runway now. He's in P6.
Well, it's going to be interesting here as they're going to be heading onto the long straight right before turn number 5. Interesting to see how they are going to be calling it out. Nabila Razali as well as Nabil Ahmad maybe fighting it out, going towards the outside line, inside line here.
Oh, inside.
Nabila Razali.
Nudges car number 94 away. Kai Bahar unfortunately had to give way there, so Danielle struggling to try to get into the podium. That's finally successfully done so, but at what cost though? I hope there wasn't too much damage, and that was definitely a very risky move on her part.
Very interesting here as Diana Danielle was trying to challenge onto the side of Kai Bahar. Kai Bahar definitely did manage to defend really well as they were exiting turn number 5. Now we are heading on to the final few turns.
He's able to cut her straight off when he came to that final turn to take P1 across the line. Nabila Razali in P2. Diana Danielle is right behind her, but she has to defend because Kai Bahar is trying to creep up onto her. She has to get a good clean exit, but unfortunately it looks like she stays a little bit too wide there. We just cut away from the camera there, but Kai Bahar is on the inside of Diana Danielle. Will he be able to get up ahead here? As Nabil Ahmad, Nabil Razali are still trying to fight for the first position, and it looks like Kai Bahar has done it. He stayed just ahead of Diana Danielle coming down towards the runway.
Beautifully done there, coming in from the side of Nabil Ahmad, taking in pole position here with 18 laps to go. It's all a matter of discipline and maintaining that top part, as Nabil Ahmad will be maintaining that first spot. However, it seems that we are experiencing a little bit of a technical problem with the feed. We will come back to you shortly with a little bit of more action here as one of our cameras are down and out for the count. So let's talk a little bit more. Okay, we are back again. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, as we still see Nabil Ahmad still ahead as Nabila Razali and his coattails.
Yeah, Nabila Razali attempting to make up for lost time here, but the thing is that Nabil Ahmad slowly but surely pulling away from the gap. Diana Danielle has just been has been overtaken here by Kai Bahar, who will be sitting on the podium here, but it looks like he had sustained a bit of damage onto his side mirror, and yeah, indeed, it's literally hanging off right now, and it literally just fell off there, and actually dropped onto the track to get knocked away by Diana Danielle. Hopefully that did not do too much damage here as it comes around towards turn 3 and 4.
As we see how this is going to be working out, Nabil Ahmad was able to climb up from 3rd spot all the way up to 1st, taking it away from Nabila Razali. Nabila Razali now goes down to 2nd spot. Kai Bahar as well maintains it, drops down towards 3rd with Diana Danielle at 4th. No other changes as well. Akio Takayama was able to take over 9th spot away from the side of Jana Nick. However, we do see all 11 drivers are still up in the race, and we do see that it's still going to be very competitive as Nabil Ahmad looks to get a bigger gap between himself and Nabila Razali.
Diana Danielle is going to have a bit of trouble soon though, because Shukri Yaya is literally behind her and he's going to try to make a move now. Going up alongside, he does have the inside here. He's just going to try to outbreak her, and yes, he does. He takes away P4 here from Diana Danielle. Brilliant move there, entering into the 6th corner and into this chicane of 7s and 8.
Nicely done there, coming out from turn 7 and 8 as they hit into the final turn number 10. It is going to be very interesting to see how this works out for him, and see that one of the drivers has went into the pit. We do see now more and more Shukriya was able to get better higher up with this change. Sean Lee right now, as well as Wani Hasrita and Idris with that entry into the pit. It seems that there is one less driver on the track, and this could prove to be better for some of these drivers in terms of positioning.
Yeah, that was Diana Danielle who went into the pits there. I think she might have sustained some damage during her battle early on with Kai Bahar, and that kind of explains why she was really off the pace there, having dropped a couple of positions before she went into the pits. So hopefully they will be able to turn her car around in time for her to rejoin the race. In the meantime, watching car 94, both of its side mirrors are off there, Kai Bahar, so he literally cannot see behind him except for his rear view mirror on top of, in the middle of his car. So that's definitely going to be a bit of a disadvantage for him, especially now that he has to defend against Nabila Razali, who is literally right behind him.
16 laps to go, and it seems that it's been very action-packed here. Sean Lee still maintains his spot at 5th, has gone up towards 5th spot here. Still no indication towards him getting higher and higher, or even closer to the podium, as the distance between him and first place gets bigger and bigger.
Oh boy, it looks like Kai Bahar is going to be facing some trouble here as Nabila Razali is attempting to find a way to get around him, and he knows that she's staring at a wounded animal here, because Kai Bahar does not have both his side mirrors left in this race here, and that's going to be a huge defensive disadvantage here. He has a lot of blind spots here that I think Nabila Razali can definitely exploit, especially coming down towards turn 5. But definitely Nabil Ahmad is pulling away for the rest of the grid here, having such a wide lead ahead of Nabil Ahmad, 3 seconds when he came across the line just now, and it looks like it's starting to climb as well as they come into turn 5.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to work out as they are heading into turn number 5. Again, we might see another one here, another opportunity as the overtake has happened. Beautifully done coming out of turn number 5. We've seen it time and time again. Turn number 5 has been the turn that has changed positions over and over again across all 3 classes.
That was Shukri Yaya with a brilliant move down to Nabila Razali, so it's going to be his turn now to put the pressure onto Kai Bahar. So Kai Bahar, who's currently in P2 now, could be in danger of losing position here to Shukri Yaya, who's slowly climbing up the ranks here, making it a really exciting race here. And remember, Shukri Yaya has a lot of weight on his car. He has a total of 25 kilograms, and that makes it a very heavy car. Normally, in the hand of any other driver, this would mean the car would be a little bit slower compared to everyone else, but putting it hands to Shukri Yaya, he seems to just shrug it up and drive it as if it was just brand new.
Wow, nicely done there. Nice attack onto the inside line. However, we might see a bit of a block coming in as they come out onto that final turn before they head into the starting grid. It's going to be a battle for second position here between Kai Bahar in car number 94 against Shukri Yahya in car number 24.
Car 94's right-hand side mirror is already dangling off there and could be falling off any time. But that definitely means that Kai Bahar bit of contact there, unfortunately, as Sean Lee hits the back of Shukri Yahya, forcing him in the wrong direction off the track. It looks like we will have a little bit of a yellow flag coming out as Shukri Yahya is having a bit of trouble trying to get himself back on track here. The rest of the drivers are all the way behind through. That's Wani Hasrita getting through here. Sean Lee looks like he's going to be able to rejoin the race. It looks like he will be just behind Wani Hasrita. Here is the replay of the incident. It looks like Sean tried to go for a very aggressive inside line approach onto turn 5, and unfortunately knocked out Shukri Yahya from the back there, and quite a lot of damage sustained as well as another car tried to pass from behind him.
Beautifully done in terms of that being a crazy collision. But man, oh man, was that a very dramatic turn there. Sean Lee a little bit over aggressive with that inside line.
I love how you referred to that accident as beautiful, but I think that's definitely what the fans are looking for here. Oh, a little bit of representation from Nabila Razali's pit crew here, or rather one of her supporters, in just watching the race here. But Nabil Ahmad has been keeping out of trouble here, and will continue to lead the race here ahead of Kai Bahar, who is still continuing to stay on to P2. Nabila Razali is going to be right behind him, I believe. As right now, I think I'm just worried to see how exactly the damage done to Shuki Yahya's car has affected his race here, because he's dropped all the way down to the P10. That's way off the points there, and definitely adding to his troubles.
And it is definitely going to add into his troubles. However, we do see coming in from the side of Nabil Ahmad still maintaining that top spot here with a crazy amount of distance between himself. We don't see any, but look at that, the gap between them, 4.879 seconds.
Nabil Ahmad is literally running away with the lead here with 12 laps to go. I think it shouldn't be too hard for him to hold on to that, as Kai Bahar is not able to get any pressure at all onto him. His last lap there, even though it is slightly faster, it is not enough in terms of the margins here, looking at it. But Nabila Razali, nowhere to be seen here on the cameras so far. I think she has also a huge gap between her and Kai Bahar, a 9.3 second gap. So I think for the front of the grid at least, it seems a pretty foregone conclusion that I think as long as these drivers can just maintain their pace here, they should be able to maintain their positions.
Well, it's going to be interesting. As you said, a run from Nabil Ahmad sounds like an understatement. He is sprinting away from Kai Bahar here. However, we do see coming in from cars number 88, 18, and 9. This could be a three-way battle here, as we do see that the fight is going to be with Shafiq Kyle, with Jana Nick in ahead. With Shafiq Kyle ahead, but oh my goodness.
I think Jana Nick's having issues with a car there. She just let Iron Edgers by there. I think she's... Oh, sorry, that's not Iron Edgers. That's actually Danielle in car number 15 who went past her. But I think Jana Nick might have scraped the wall a little bit there coming into turn 4. Not exactly sure. We probably will have to check on the highlights there to find out if we do get them at any point. But in any case there, I think this is definitely something that Shafiq Kyle can be really happy with, because remember, he crashed out in race number 1, and now he's just on the verge of getting into the points.
Beautifully done here, as we do see some crazy attacks as they go out towards turn number 10. A nice long sprint towards the end line here, coming in from the side of Nabil Ahmad.
Yeah. Right now, Nabil Ahmad is very comfortable in the lead there. There's nothing that can stand in his way at the moment. Not even Kai Bahar at this point, because the gap is constantly widening between the two of them. Now it's at 5 seconds, and Nabil Ahmad is just literally going away with the lead here, having set an amazing sector 1 time of 35.0 seconds. Right now, I think as long as he keep this pace up all the way for the next 11 laps, he should be able to come away with the win.
Very interesting to see how this is going to be panning out for them, as we do see coming for car number 83.
Going on the inside there, Diana Danielle trying to make a move onto Shafiq Kyle there, but not able to get in front of him before turn 4. Let's see if they will be able to make it through turn 5 though. The chicanes will be coming out soon. It looks like Diana is starting to build up a lot of speed, taking the draft off of the back of Shafiq Kyle. Will she be able to get a good exit though? That's going to be key for her overtaking move here. In order to take P7, she's going to go ahead for the dive for the inside here. Oh, he has to give a bit of space there, and yes he does. He gets just plenty of space there for Diana. Oh, he hits her on the exit there. That's a dirty move there, Shafiq Kyle.
Shafiq Kyle taking out Diana Danielle.
Man, I did not expect that to happen, but Shafiq Kyle definitely is going to face some stern words from the race directors. Here we go. We see that Shafiq Kyle gave a lot of room for her on the exit, but when he came back in, he literally dove into a car on the back end fender. Lots of drama here brewing at turn 5.
Big drama there, to the chagrin of a lot of the viewers here today. Definitely big smiles, big thumbs up there from the pit crews Daniels definitely showing it, and we are halfway through with our final race of today, the promotional class.
Yeah, Diana Danielle is recovered, and she's going to be the back marker just ahead of Nabil Ahmad, who may be looking to try to go for a lap here against Diana Danielle. But Diana looks like her car is still able to keep up with the pace, though. So hopefully she will be able to at least get back on the grid. Shubi Yaka, in the meantime, though, has retired from this race due to having some contact early on with thinking that was not exactly remember who it was, but Shukiyaka is going to be out of this race here, and that's a little bit unfortunate for him.
Very definitely unfortunate for him. Pretty sure there is going to be some stern words from the race director towards him. However, we shall see how this works out for him, as we do see Nabil Ahmad still maintaining his sub spot. Not too far in front of him, not far behind him is going to be Kai Baha. Ayn Idrus still needs a lot of laps to catch up with everyone, so this is going to be very interesting to see. Could we see another fishtail incident here happening at turn 5, as turn 5 is the dreaded turn where all the collisions and all the overtakes take place.
Yeah, and that's with good reason as well, because on this track, the exit of turn 5 is literally the best spot, the easiest spot for these drivers trying to make some overtakes, and Diana Danielle knew this, so she took a really risky move by diving in very early on, and took a little bit of a risky bump there against a concrete barrier, thus losing her right-hand side mirror. But the thing about that particular incident is that Shafiq Khan turned into her on the exit, so I think the race directors would definitely not be too happy about the way Shafiq Khan handled that overtaking maneuver, and then Diana tried to do one to him.
I see that there coming in from the side of Diana Danielle, taking some of those turns with high speed. Definitely feels the urgency, considering that she is one lap behind. Nabil Ahmad now still in first position here in car number 83, attacking some of the chicanes with relative ease. No pressure onto him as the gap between him and Kai Baha gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much going to run away with the lead here. I mean, just as he's in the middle of the runway now, Kai Bahar comes into view, so the gap now is almost approaching 6 seconds. You can tell that Nabil Ahmad is literally flying away here. He's only going to be held up a little bit by Diana Danielle, but she has to let him pass. She push, cut the shove, because again, they're not exactly racing for position here. Diana Danielle is literally the back marker at the moment.
Well, it is going to be interesting to see whether or not Nabil Ahmad will be able to take over Diana Danielle's lap there and get one lap over her. So that's going to be interesting to watch. 8 more laps to go. Look at the amount of gap there between Wani Hatsuhita and Akio Takayama, close to 11 seconds.
Yeah, Takeo Takayama, by the way, has already made his way up to P5 after all the drama that just happened between Sean Lee and Shafiq Khan and Diana Danielle. So really good for him, though. But yeah, he's about 11 seconds behind Wani Hatsuhita, so it's going to be a while before he's going to be able to make up some positions. But Ayn Idrus is stopped at the entry of the pits there. I wonder what just happened to a car.
Must be some kind of a technical issue here. It seems that we may have the tow truck needed to come into the pit entrance to pull her out of there. They've been unfortunate towards her. Hope everything is all right with her, but we are going to be watching on the side of Sean Lee. Sean Lee right now still maintaining 6th spot here, as he is trying his best to give a little bit more pressure towards Akio Takayama. However, quite a bit in terms of space between themselves.
Well, quite a bit of space, but that's slowly starting to shrink, I think. I'm looking at the lap times now. It seems like Sean Lee is able to shave off half a second off of his gap there, Akio Takayama. So that could be shaping up to be an overtaking move, as this race is going to be coming in close here with 7 laps to go. But in the meantime, though, Nabil Ahmad, he's definitely going to be very happy with this, because at the moment, he's basically so far ahead from the rest of the competition. He does not need to worry about any problems here with his race.
Quick work there coming in from the pit crew there to replace the tire from the side of Ayn Idrus. It seems that it was a tire situation here that could have put her down for the count for at least a few laps. So this is going to be very interesting to watch how that is going to transpire as she goes back into the pit and into the racetrack in a bit. We do see 6 more laps to go as we come close to the conclusion of our final race of today, and it is in the promotional class.
Kai Bahar is still going to be sitting in 2nd place. Nabila Razali in 3rd at the moment. Vania Sarita able to make her way up to P4 after Shafiq Kal and Diana Danielle had the little incident early on in turn 5. Sean Lee and Akio Takayama are now battling it out for P5. Shafiq Kal able to recover from his race there as he's going to be able to come up to 7th place. Jana Nick is currently in 8th at the moment. Ein Edrus, who is in the pits right now, still sitting in P9, while Danielle is probably going to be lapping her by the time she comes across the line.
Very interesting to see how this is going to work out for them. Car number 83, Nabil Ahmad right now getting in as much space as he can, as not too far behind him is going to be Danielle, who just came out of the pits.
Diana Danielle been lapped already actually by Nabil Ahmad, so Nabil will have a really nice and clear track ahead of him, so definitely going to be a bit of a Sunday drive for him, I believe, because he pretty much has race 2 in the bag.
Nicely done there, coming in from the side of Nabil Ahmad. They're taking some of these turns with relative ease. We are going to see, however, Sean Lee going up against Akio Takayama again here. Could be an opportunity for him. However, no, the gap between them still too big here, as we do see Sean Lee right now trying to close the gap between themselves. Could be that turn 5 or turn 4 could be determinant for the positioning of Sean Lee as he heads into the final 5 laps.
Yeah, here's the thing though, because as the race drags on, the pace of these cars will start to drop significantly, so Akio Takayama has to do very well to maintain the condition of his tires here. He wants to be able to keep Sean Lee at bay, and the thing is that with Sean just constantly breathing down his neck there, he's definitely providing a lot of pressure onto his drive, so Akio Takayama has to start thinking about how he's going to try to defend against someone as fast and as strong as Sean Lee.
Definitely, as we do see right now, drivers for cars 94, 6, and 88 will have to report to race director after this race, so that's going to have some stern words between our race director and these drivers. However, enough of that. We are still going to see Nabil Ahmad still ahead of the pack with a relative ease here, maintaining a good lead as another lap is going to be completed. 4 more laps to go for the side of Nabil Ahmad and the rest and everyone else. It seems that Nabil Ahmad is the only one ahead here, whereas everyone else is needs to complete 1 more lap.
Yeah, I mean, almost everyone there. Nabila Razali onwards. Kai Bahar is probably the closest, but he's literally 7.3 seconds away from Nabil Ahmad. No way he's going to be able to catch up at this rate. But we're seeing Sean Lee starting to trying to keep pace here with Akio Takayama. This is the battle for P5 at the moment. It should be an interesting one because remember, Sean Lee has 35 kilograms added to his car. That makes his car very heavy and very sluggish off the acceleration. So the fact he's able to just keep up with Akio Takayama, who has no ballast whatsoever on his car, is really a testament to how much faster Sean Lee is.
Well, we do see Akio Takayama as well as Sean Lee right now looking towards fighting it out, but it seems that Akio Takayama still maintaining a good distance between himself as well as Sean Lee. Sean Lee right now still definitely feels the urgency to push towards that final 4 laps in this promotional class race here at the Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival VR's Challenge Season 3 Round 2 2019.
Well, Sean Lee is certainly putting a lot of pressure on him coming down the runway. He's going to use a bit of that draft there from Akio Takayama in order to close the gap just before turn 5. Coming to shoot chicane now. He's going to try to make a move here in order to try to shorten the gap between him coming on the exit. He's definitely, well, I guess we'll find out later on when we rejoin the track. There's a lot of nervous faces there in the pits as they are watching on their racers here. With 3 laps to go in this promotional race, this is shaping up to be an exciting battle for P5 between Sean Lee and Akio Takayama.
Alright, it's going to be interesting to see how they are going to be working out more and more here. Nicely done from a majority of everyone in attendance here. However, with a lot of drama that happened after turn number 5, it seems that it did definitely change how everybody is working here today.
Yeah, indeed, and I think particularly Shafiq Khan definitely maybe facing some penalties there from the race director due to the way he turned into Diana Danielle at the exit. That definitely was not a racing line there. He's definitely not racing as we call it in the industry. It's definitely a really aggressive move there to try to block Diana Danielle, but it came so late there. There was no justification, I think, that he could provide to the race directors. But however, I digress. This is just speculation. We'll have to see what happens after the race.
Well, we'll have to wait and see how that pans out for everyone here, as it is going to be very interesting to see as 2 more laps are going to go down before we complete this race.
Yeah, and we can see Sean Lee still trying to catch up to Akio Takayama. He's taking very aggressive lines here through turn 5, but still not able to keep close enough to him coming down towards turn 6. And this is basically the best spot for him to try to make it over to Akio Takayama. It's just getting so far ahead in terms of his pace now. It is making it very difficult for Sean Lee to keep up, especially with only a couple of laps to go. There's not many opportunities left for him. He has to continue to keep giving the pressure here to Akio Takayama.
Well, it is going to be interesting how these players are going to be working it out. 18 laps in the books, 2 more laps to go. Nabil Ahmad still trailing ahead, will be one of the first to cross the finish line with ease here. However, everyone else at least plus 1 more lap before they can finish.
Yeah, like I said, it's been a Sunday drive for Nabil Ahmad. He's basically staying out of all of the drama that's been happening behind him. And as a result, he will be coming home with his P1. Now he's going to be coming into his final lap soon, and definitely will be doing so in style.
Definitely will be doing so in style. Last lap coming in from the side of Nabil Ahmad. It is going to be good for him, as it is a very interesting turn of events that worked in favor of Nabil Ahmad, since he was so ahead, so much space between himself and everyone else. He was able to basically stay away from everything.
Yeah, indeed. And the thing is that the last race's winner, Sean Lee, won yesterday. He's going to have to contend with P6 at the moment until he can get past Akio Takayama, because as far as things go, I don't think he's going to be able to use this last lap here to his advantage until he can close up that gap. But for the moment, though, I think definitely the most dominant driver here, Nabil Ahmad, is definitely going to be going on a parade right now, or definitely waiting to go on a parade after this race, because he definitely brought this car home in style.
Definitely went back home in style here. A big victory parade for him, definitely, considering how well he performed and how consistent he was in first place. However, Kai Bahar was still able to maintain himself despite so much drama that happened in that round.
Yeah, checkered flag will be coming out here for Nabil Ahmad and Kai Bahar as well, taking P2. He was able to stay out the pressure there and actually pass Nabila Razali to take this position here. What a race it's been for car number 94. And Wani Hasrita will be finishing out of the podium here in P4, but she definitely will be happy with that regardless of this case. Akio Takayama should be coming across the line really soon, and he should be coming in P5. And indeed, Nabila Razali finally comes across the line now to take P3. We see a lot of celebrations here for Nabil Ahmad, giving some high fives there to the marshals, without which this race wouldn't have been possible.
Big celebration for him. Definitely Kai Bahar not too far behind as well, giving some high fives towards the marshals as well. Nicely done coming in from the side of Nabil Ahmad as well as Kai Bahar. We do see everyone else coming in to finish off in this race. We do see Shafiq Kyle as well as Janadik and Ayn Idrus will be finishing off soon. Nicely done.
Yeah, that is Kai Bahar now waving to the crowd. Nabila Razali as well, taking P3 here. Definitely a result that she can be very proud of when she gets back home. Wani Hasrita will be taking 4th, as mentioned earlier. Akio Takayama and Sean Lee will be maintaining P5 and P6. So Sean's attempt to get higher up in the points didn't quite work out for him. But really, the story of this race here is the way Nabil Ahmad showed off his prowess when it came to leading the race. And quite frankly, I think that just goes to show the way you win races, not necessarily by causing a lot of drama. Sometimes you just have to stay, just make a very clean race for yourself, stay out of trouble, and that is the way that you come in first.
Nicely done there, coming in from Nabil Ahmad. A good show of sportsmanship as well, to give a little bit of celebratory high fives towards the marshal the track was safe and sound, for the efficacy as well. So everyone entering the pit, as everything is going to go down and out of the count, we shall see. This is a conclusion towards our promotional class. It has been crazy, it has been amazing. However, we will not be ending the program until we have concluded everything. We have everything down in the book with the official results.
Yeah, indeed. While we're waiting for the official results, we can see already celebrations abound here for for Nabil Ahmad. He's definitely going to be very happy with this result. He's going to be pulling into scrutineering very soon. A little fist bump there to signify their enjoyment of that races now. What a race has been for race number 2 here for the promotional class.
It has been a crazy and amazing day. Big claps, big celebratory moments coming in from all of their pit crews as well as the supporters. Definitely, and a round of applause for each and every one of them.
Yeah, and can I give a moment of silence for our fallen side mirrors here, because these guys have been sacrificed all throughout this weekend here. I mean, Lord knows how many tombstones we got to set up here for the side mirrors here. They definitely sacrificed a lot just for the sake of this race.
Well, from promotional to sporting to super sporting class, we've seen time and time again not only the drama, not only the overtakes, but also the side mirrors that have fallen. So we definitely have to give a big round of applause for all of our racers, all of our participants, and most importantly, all of you for coming here at the Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival VIOS Challenge Season 3, Round 2, 2019.
P1 there for Nabil Ahmad. You can see the big smiles that he's having. We're going to be looking at the highlights again and recap what exactly happened in this race. So Nabil Ahmad actually started all the way in 3rd place there. He had to push his way to get all the way into the front, but Kai Bahar and Nabila Razali were fighting a lot in the initial stages here, but that provided an ample opportunity here for Nabil Ahmad to just make his way up to the top. And once he went up there, he basically held on there all the way to the end of the race, and that definitely is testament to his skill and ability behind the wheel. But the thing is, a lot of drama also happened in the middle stages of this race. Not least at all was the collision that happened between Diana Danielle and Shafiq Kyle, which I frankly believe is mostly the fault of Shafiq Kyle turning in a little bit too late there at the exit turn 5, and thus turning into Diana Daniel's car, forcing her to spin around on the track. Then we did see some undercutting here that was attempted by Shukri Yahya, and I think that might sustain quite a bit of damage on his car, which forced him into retirement at the end of this race. So a bit of a disappointing result for Shukri Yahya.
Definitely. And as we do see now that from the highlights, it has been relatively an easy drive for Nabil Ahmad. As we are going to be watching here, it is Sean Lee fishtailing driver number 24, Shukri Yahya, causing a little bit of congestion here at turn number 5.
Yeah, I think that was definitely a really bad move on Sean Lee's part there, but in any case, that actually ended Shukri Yahya's race right there and then, and that definitely is not something that you as a driver would want, especially in a race this competitive. Then this was the overtaking move that Diana Danielle attempted on the Shafiq Kyle, and that turn in there basically forced her out of the way. A bit of drama there actually from Shafiq Kyle, and definitely he's going to have to face some music here because he's going to be meeting the race directors right after this.
Definitely something that our race director will have strong and stern words with. However, safety is of course the #1 priority. We do hope that such incidences will not repeat itself in the future.
Well, I mean, try to tell that to these drivers here because they're just gonna go flat out here. They don't have a care in the world, When it's them on the track, they want to be able to go out and do their best, and sometimes that means having to push the rest of your competitors out of the way. And Shafiq Kyle literally did that. So I think fair is fair. You still have to be able to give enough room for the rest of your competitors. But sometimes when push comes to shove, you can never tell, especially with drivers like these.
Alright, so let's take a look at our official results, ladies and gentlemen. Nabil Ahmad, Kai Baha, and Nabila Razali are going to be your first, second, and third race podium winners for today. One
Hadrita, Akio Takeyama, Sean Lee, Shafiq Kyle, Jananik, Ayn Idrus, and Diana Danielle will be making the rest of the standings for the promotional race 2 of the Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival round 2 here today, as well as Shukri Yahya at 11th spot.
Yeah, better luck next time, Shuki Yahya. I mean, the thing is that it was completely not his fault there, getting crashed out by Sean Lee. But I digress. This is the end of our second race and last race for today. So hope you guys enjoyed it.
Thus concludes our broadcast for today. I am Nick Harris. He is Victor Kak. We would like to thank each and every one of you for coming here at the Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival VR Challenge Season 3, Round 2, 2019. We will see you in Penang.
Listen. Here is the sound of respect. The sound of unparalleled style. The sound of a car that says everything without saying anything. A car engineered to push standards, to push the status quo. There's only one place to go for a car like that. Forward. The all-new Corolla. Unspoken class. Toyota, all about the drive. Toyota, all about the drive.